First, I'd like to piggyback on my colleague, Councilman Collins' comments, and I would just like to direct them to Minister Yahweh and to Mrs. Bohannon and Kathy A. and so many more who have been very diligent. They have been unmovable, unstoppable. They have given us information, unlike some of my colleagues that are sitting here this afternoon. You all have not been with them on this journey, but I have been with them all the way from the beginning. Now it's becoming close to an end. We know that certain things are inevitable, and certainly people don't like change for the most part. You can see how our country is still, we have mindsets that are still back in the 30s and the 40s, even back further than that. But people don't like change, but change is inevitable. And we have to be ready, certainly, for change. Does that mean that I support smart meters? No. I had the smart meter taken off of my house only to be blindsided by a television station that took my meter and said that, you know, it had gone down a little bit. But anyway, I've talked to experts. Again, thanks so much to Ms. Bohannon and others who supplied those experts. I've spoken to people, lawmakers in other parts of the country who did not want smart meters because of the health hazards and fire that has erupted as a result, and questions that have been coming up that can a smart meter detect a gas leak in your home? Can a smart meter detect gas outside of your home? What can smart meters actually do? Is it really an invasion of one's privacy to have smart meters in their homes? Some people say yes, and others try to refute that. We've heard from people on the opposite side today, as we've heard from individuals who are on the pro side of it. We've seen black people come up to the front of this body, and they say that they're going to get a piece of the pie, $240 million. I want to ask the question, how is Memphis Light, Gas, and Water going to recoup that money? How are they going to get that $240 million back? Well, there is going to be a rate hike. It's going to fall on the ratepayers. Nobody can sit up and say that is not going to happen. What about opting out? Oh, there's so many stipulations in place. You can never have been late paying your bill. You have to do this. You have to do that. Instead of just saying, I want to opt out, but that's something that we have not heard from the president and his staff. Of course, they're not going to tell you everything. Everything is already in place, as if they knew the answer before the question. I don't trust fast talkers. I don't trust people when they come and try to slam something down your throat. I just don't. Maybe I'm cynical in that manner. I don't know. I look out for my fellow man and woman and what I think is going to be best and best for them. Do I think smart meters? No. Will I vote no on that? Yes. Because I'm going to remain vigilant and unmovable and unstoppable with my family, the Bohannons and the Minister Yahwehs and others in IBEW who have tried to give us information for so many years. And now here we are at the end of that struggle. Do workers at Memphis Light, Gas, and Water want that? Well, the ones I've talked to don't. They have all kinds of information against smart meters. All I can say is, Ms. Bohannon, Minister Yahweh, Kathy, and IBEW, I thank you guys so much. And you are to be commended for coming here week after week after month after month after month, as if you were part of this council, and to the behest and to the surprise of some of my colleagues, you are. Because we're to represent your interest. As Councilman Collins said, yes, some of us heard you. Some of us have heard you and heard you loudly. And some people will make a decision based upon whether or not they're minority contractors or only getting a minuscule piece of a $240 million pie. And we as minorities, whether you're a woman or whether you're African American or Asian or Latino, we are supposed to be happy. Because these two little groups of people are walking away with some money. That's bull. Thank you, Mr. Chief.
Thank you. Thank you, Ms. Fullilove. Mr. Conrad.
Thank you. I was made aware a couple weeks ago that one of the firms involved with the implementation had engaged my firm in the search for space, so I'll be recusing myself on this vote. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Conrad. Mr.